I used to have 20/80 vision. Think about it if you were trying to watch your TV in the living room, but instead it was at the opposite end of a tennis court. Well, today I have 20/15 vision, which is better than what's required to be a fighter pilot. Here's how I improve my vision naturally with a few simple habits. And the first thing you want to do is see how good your eyes are at working together. It's called teaming, and this exercise is called beads on a string. Since I didn't have any beads, but I did have some string, well, actually, it's just a black rope, but it's about the same thing. Here's what you do. You put a bead or a knot on the string about 8 inches, about 4 feet, and about 8 feet out from you. And you tie the string to a doorknob, or I tied it to the camera because I'm real fancy here, and you hold it up to your nose looking like a total moron. And then you focus your vision on the bead closest to you, then the bead past it, and then the bead past it. So what you're doing is you're learning, how do I make my eyes work together to focus here, focus there, focus there? And what you want to see is 2 strings crossing at the point. But what I used to see was only 1 string because without my knowledge or permission, my brain was turning off one of my eyes because my eyes didn't work together well. So basically, it just said, left eye, who cares? Well, you can do this exercise to teach yourself to have your eyes work together. And if you already have those 2 strings where you see 1 on each side like that, instead of 1 going away and becoming invisible, well, then you have eyes that work pretty well. And if you decide to use glasses, and I did wear glasses when I was a teenager, what happens is they make your eyes weaker and weaker. And I don't wear glasses anymore unless I'm indoors. And these aren't corrective lenses. These are lenses that do something else. Here are 5 things you can do to help your eyes work better without glasses. The first exercise is called focus shifting. This is when you shift your focus from closer in to further, and then you shift your focus from left to right. You're just training your eyes like you train your muscles because your eyes do have muscles in them. So the first exercise for focus shifting is you hold your finger in front of you and you shift your focus from your finger to something further behind it. And then back in, then back out. It's like a camera lens. Zoom in, zoom out. The further out you can zoom, the better. If you have a great vista in front of you, try doing that. Do it at a stoplight. You can do this. Exercise 2. You find 2 objects at the edge of your vision, 1 to the left, 1 to the right. And you shift your focus from one to the other without moving your head. So you don't do this. You sit here and you look over there, look over there. And as you shift your focus, you really want to make it as in focus as you can. You're teaching your brain and your eyes to work better together. And you're teaching your eyes to be more flexible and for the muscles to be stronger. And what I do to make this work really well for me is I have 2 monitors. One monitor is right here in front of me on my main computer, and the other monitor is a big screen TV that's about 6 to 8 feet behind it. So now sometimes I look here, sometimes I look there. I force my eyes to go in, out, in, out. Habit number 2 that is so incredibly important is to block toxic blue light. Now, we've all heard of blue light blockers. They're dumb. What I'm wearing only blocks the bad blue, which is under 490 nanometers. That's what causes the eye strain and the eye stress. So I'm allowing the good blue that lets you wake up all day, but I'm stopping the stuff that causes problems. These are called True Dark glasses. You can get them at truedark.com. And just doing this while you stare at a bright screen, while you have these horrible office lighting things pointing at you, this will make your eyes less stressed, therefore they'll work better. The third habit is you can use red light to regenerate your eyes. Red light therapy has direct effects on your mitochondria and on your inflammation. You don't want to shine super bright red lights into your eyes, but you can use LED lights over your eyes when they're closed. It energizes mitochondria, and your eyes are one of the very dense areas in the body with lots of mitochondria. And there are studies showing that just reading under red light at night for 10 minutes can improve your vision. Habit number 4, eat the foods that improve your eyesight or just take supplements like I do. Lutein is an antioxidant that you store in your retina, and it's kind of like natural sunglasses. It helps your body handle blue light, but you can't make it on your own. So you eat it in your foods, usually yellow foods, and there are related antioxidants like zeaxanthin If your body doesn't have nutrients like lutein or zeaxanthin, which is related to it, you can get age-related conditions like macular degeneration, which is really bad for vision because it's a way of going blind. There's an epidemic of macular degeneration today caused by bad blue lights. So more nutrients and glasses like the TrueDark glasses are ways to protect your eyes from blue light, which is just not good for you. Here's some foods that can help improve and restore vision. Egg yolks, yellow squash, salmon, in particular the omega-3s, and the astaxanthin that's present in it, zucchini, and arugula. Or you could just take Vision 101, which is the supplement that I made for my own eyes. Habit number 5 is based on something called the Bates method. And for this, it's going to take a lot of technology. You need a sheet of paper and a black dot. It's not that hard to do to improve your vision. Bates, more than 100 years ago, figured out that you could improve eyesight by training the eyes. And ever since that time, well, say ever since about 1950, eye doctors selling glasses have been saying, you can't do that, but having done it myself and improved my vision, the Bates method does work. What you do with this is you put a tiny dot on a piece of paper, you set the paper up a few feet in front of you, and first you stare at the black dot with focus. That's called central fixation, which is the idea that improving your eyesight is about focusing on a tiny part of your visual field at a time. But then you relax your vision and you look around in a relaxed state all around the paper that's not the dot, not focus, just relax. And then you focus, and then you relax and look around. And this is training subtle parts of your brain and eyes to work together so that you can focus effortlessly. And as you do this, you may notice, like I did when I started doing vision training, that I was hunching over, I was holding my breath, I was tensing my stomach. I had no conscious awareness of doing that. And as I did these exercises, I learned how to relax my body as I was focusing my eyes, and it made it a lot easier. And that's part of what vision training is. It's so that you can be relaxed and focused. And now here's the bonus habit for improving your vision. It's called cupping. And this comes from Meyer Schneier's work in a book called Yoga for Your Eyes. What you do is you rub your hands together. If you do Qigong or yoga, this is a way of generating Qi, and maybe you believe it, maybe you don't. But get your hands a little bit warm. Then you put your palms over your eyes with your fingers crossing each other on your forehead like this. You want to completely block out all light. So if you open your eyes, and you should be able to open your eyes, you're not touching your eyelids, you're cupping them. And when you do that, you just relax and breathe deep for about 30 seconds. And when you're done with that, you may be amazed at how much better your energy feels, how much better your eyes feel. And you can do this 2 or 3 times in a row, or just do it 5 times a day for 1 minute, or for 5 minutes a day. And you may find that your eyes relax a lot. I like to do this if I've sat in a conference room with the worst bright, intense lighting and my eyes feel like they're crossing each other because, well, I'm in an unnatural lighting environment. This is a way to restore your eyes back to calmness. Do whatever feels good for you. But understand, you don't always have to get glasses. In fact, that 20 minutes a day that I've been recommending you spend outside without glasses or contacts, that probably also helps your vision. Because studies show that small amounts of ultraviolet light improve your vision. You get to be less nearsighted just from having some natural sunlight. You don't have to overdo it, but some sunlight is really good for you. These are the habits that allowed me to improve my vision naturally from 2080 back to 2015. I have never needed reading glasses, and my eyes feel really good every day. These habits can help you feel even better every day, and maybe even get rid of your glasses.